Healing often lingers and leaves echoes and reverberations, which can also lead to why am I still feeling this? I thought I healed this. So, we've talked a lot about how life lessons, especially your big life lessons, cycle around and keep going around and around and around until you learn the lesson, and then they come around one more time. And that's your way of showing the universe, I got it. I I, I learned the lesson, I figured it out because that last time you take a different approach. You change something and therefore the external reality is shifted in frankly in real time. So this kind of pattern happens in healing as well because they're so interrelated. So you might have an experience and have it over and over and over again. Every time you have the experience, it's like peeling back a layer of an onion. So your awareness grows every time you have that experience if you're being mindful and intentional and conscious of what is happening in your life. So you might observe this thing happens, this experience occurs, I feel this way or I react this way or I do these things, and then I always end up in this place of despair or sadness or worry or fear or whatever it might be. So, but what's really happening, and it feels like you're not making progress, but you're spiraling and you're kind of coming back to the same thing, but just at elevated perspectives. So, um, it sometimes feels like you're sort of gotten stuck or you're in the same patterns and never going to break out of them. But a lot of times it's just the echoes and reverberations of that 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 stays with you for a little while until it's finally released. So one thing you can do to help expedite all this is you can just ask spirit for the aha moment. That's the whole point of this is awareness of how something is affecting you or how your belief system or your energetic makeup or past traumas, whatever it might be, are contributing to some experience in your life. So even if it's the last time you see it, you may still feel it for a little while longer, these echoes, these reverberations. So let me give you an example. I have had something that has caused me a significant amount of fear and worry for probably the better part of 7 years. And spirit keeps asking me to come back to the same sequence of events. And every time, not every time, but it feels like I come back to these sequences, to this experience, I change things, I do things differently, and I end up in the same output or the same outcome where I am scared or worried or living in fear. And it's happened last week. Spirit was like, I want you to do this. I had this strong feeling that I should do something. So I did it. And then I got the same outcome that wasn't the outcome that I wanted. And then I was spiraling. And then the ego was all about, yapping like a crazy monkey and with lots to say about why this keeps happening and what it means, etc. So I keep experiencing these things over and over. But this time felt like it was some pretty big closure. The number 9 is a number of endings and September, and this was September 27th, so it was 9/9 in a 2025 year, which is also a 9, so it was endings, endings, endings. So to me, this felt like a big closure moment. Yet 3 days later, I still feel the fear and I still feel the worry. So I was meditating on this, I tuned to it, and what I heard was echoes and reverberation. Healing can linger. And so the point is to observe that, let it roll through your field. Try not to attach to it too much. Try not to get your ego too involved. Just kind of say goodbye to it. Can you say goodbye to it one last time with love, with humility, with gratitude,